All right, I'm very happy to have snagged this next speaker. This is a good one. She's the Chief of Staff for Armenia Operations at the Hovnanian Family Foundation, which oversees initiatives aimed at fostering sustainable development in Armenia. She is former Executive Director of Birthright Armenia. Please welcome Linda Yepoyan to the stage.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. So glad I came. I had flown in from Spain the night before. I almost didn't make it. We were celebrating our 30th wedding anniversary there. Thank you. Another one of my accomplishments. I'm going to do things a little backwards. I'm going to start with lessons learned instead of talking about and I will get to what we do, and not talk about myself at all. But the lessons learned, I think, are worthy of sharing with you just because of my background, which is 35 years in the Armenian world. And a little different than most, if not all in the room, in that we're not a fundraising organization, we're funders. So I can talk from a different lane, or from above, or from the sidelines, whatever you want to consider it. Having been a fundraiser myself, because I fundraised for Birthright Armenia for 10 years, from that experience, but not from the Hovnanian Foundation experience. Lesson and takeaway number one, we need to do more. Whatever we're doing, we need to kick it up. And we need to do more, we need to do it better, we need to do it smarter, we need to do it more cost effectively, we need to do it together, we need to do it collaboratively, and we need to leverage our resources. We can't get to where we want to go staying in our lanes anymore. We're smarter than that. Now we need to walk the walk, that we're talking the talk. So let's do it. In this room, we have a lot of fundraising organizations. I don't see a lot of duplication, but once you get to Armenia, you're bombarded with the duplication. And you're like, what the hell? Who's dealing with the gaps? And there's so many people and parts of our population and parts of our country that are falling by the wayside. And the further you get outside of Yerevan, the more you see it. And you feel like you're overwhelmed. I mean, I'm in this. I've been in this for 35 years. And the more you see it, the longer you're in it, the deeper your roots are, and you want to make that difference. And we need to not talk about what we're doing. We need to be focused on the outcomes that we're seeking. And get the hell out of my way, because that's where I'm going. And I think we need to get in that car together and go. I really do. So if you need assistance, I will get to what the foundation does. And I have my business cards. If we can be of assistance to you to get where you need to go, show us that you will partner with those that do similar work with you in Armenia, and come to us as a coalition, as a group. 2 or 3 groups doing environmental protection, 2 or 3 groups doing women's issues. Don't bombard us with 10 different proposals for a women's issue. We don't want to read 10 different proposals. We want you working together and saying, this is what our leveraged funds are, but we need this 30K to get this done. That's a no-brainer for us. It's a no-brainer for us. Trust me on this. So that's pitch number 1. 2, Charlie touched on this. We're not telling the story well enough, and we're guilty of it. We're totally guilty of it. I can stand here and rip off stats for Birthright Armenia. 2,862 alumni from 62 different countries, 303 of them living in Armenia as repats. 17 of those have started businesses, 42 marriages, and a partridge in a pear tree. Hallelujah, Zarman. Thanks for joining.
We're delighted to be part of those stats.
We have 3 alums in this audience, and you heard from all of them. Let me get back to our next lessons learned. Telling the story better. Don't just bombard people with stats. Talk about your outcomes. If you tell your story effectively, you'll see the biggest difference in the response that you get from people. If you need, we all have networks. My network is huge because I've been doing this for 35 years, right? I have a huge network. For any of you looking for a job, send me an email. Tell me to circulate your CV. Send it to Berge. He'll circulate your CV. Send it to Armand. He'll circulate your CV. And any of us in this room will do that for each other. Utilize the networks available. In addition to that, we have the huge Birthright network, and nobody, hardly anybody, asks us to tap into our Birthright network. What a lost opportunity. Somebody was talking about fake wiki pages, or propaganda, or negative whatever. What about a wiki-thon? At any given time, we have 150 volunteers in Armenia. Set them all up on their laptops and go nuts for 8 hours. Utilize the networks available. We don't get such requests. Sometimes we reach out to people and say, could you use some volunteers in what you're working on right now? But you need to know, Birthright was created to build leaders and ambassadors of the country, and they stand ready. All you need to do is ask. Just reach out. Hovnanian Foundation. So Mr. Hovnanian passed away 4 years ago. He used to be the Hovnanian Foundation. The second generation, third generation have stepped up, staying true to their vision. I'm a very fortunate person to be able to work with such forward-thinking people. Adil Hovnanian, for those of you who know her in the audience, bold. She's in 6th gear. I know cars only go up to fifth gear, but she's in 6th gear. So yes, somebody asked me, is it challenging working with Adil? How is it? It's educational, but it's a challenge because 2 feet are on the gas. But again, we're not a fundraising organization. There's nothing to hold us back to get where she wants to go and the board wants us to go. Nothing. So 2 feet on the gas is an interesting way to really do the job that we do in Armenia. And let me just spew those off. So I oversee Birthright Armenia. The Armenian Volunteer Corps is Birthright for people who age out of Birthright or for your non-Armenian friends. And I'm gonna make a pitch for that. All those people that say, you're so lucky, I would love to see Armenia one day, you put the flyer in their hand and tell them to get their asses over there. There's work that needs to be done. And you know what? Do it with them. Go over as a pair. We get husbands, wives, we get fathers and sons, we get mothers and daughters, we get partners. I'm Jewish and my partner is doing Birthright Armenia. He does ABC, she does Birthright. It happens all the time. There's nothing more rewarding than volunteering. I know it's in our blood. I know it's in our blood. Repat Armenia, which is an interesting acquisition of ours from 2013. Repat Armenia, we give about 200 requests for repats annually, and we give them that soft landing. So when they come into Armenia, the hand holding to make sure that their landing is smooth, and we help them find employment. Hike Armenia, we're building the Armenian National Trail, which is a through-country hike from the border of Iran all the way up to Georgia. Fantastic economic development, rural economic development, putting homestays where hikers need a place to stay. They get it. The people in the rural areas get it. And when you grasp on this, you find somebody who gets it, you invest. And the last organization is our most recent nonprofit that we created, which is called TAP, the Armenia Project. And that's the communication and media ecosystem that Armenia needs to get Western journalists in and covering the story. Socioeconomic, wine, they love the wine, the arts, and in addition to that, we have a huge grant program. It's about $1.2 million annually, and we also have travel fellowships. I'm going to put it out there for the travel fellowships. Where is Iowa? You have somebody traveling here from Armenia that has a speaking gig at the UN, you apply to us for a travel fellowship. The travel fellowships are about getting Armenians on international stages. Not as participants, we don't want people just sitting in an audience. This is Linda Yepoyan, she's here to deliver a speech at the UN General Assembly on women's issues in Armenia. Boom, they're shoo-ins for a travel fellowship. It's time. It's time to invest in the chess player or the 9-year-old kickboxer who placed, or for the pianist at Carnegie Hall. All of it, it's about getting our stories out. And that's one of the ways that we do it with travel fellowships. Do I have 1 minute? I'm done? Thank you. Come talk to me. Take these flyers and just put them in their hands. Just really, thank you so much.